Hi guys, this is the weekly reading for the week beginning 5th of May. Everything is evolving in this world. We are giving birth to our own new selves. No birthing process is without labor pain. Sometimes catching up with evolution is not an easy process. Towards the end of the week, we will have a situation wherein we feel that okay, this is it. And I feel that has a lot to do with your work situation. Maybe you just wake up and realize that how the hell have I been thinking this way? And you want to fine tune yourself more to building the foundation. When you talk about laying foundation, you better take a long time, because you don't want to wait for one fine day tomorrow where your house falls down. Okay, so let's see what the energies are. Okay, first card up is healthy lifestyle. That's Archangel Raphael saying eat a healthful diet, adequate sleep, and exercise regularly for optimal health. Okay, for those of you guys who don't know about Raphael, Raphael's actually an archangel that's responsible for healing, basically. He's very common amongst curative medicine or anything that's related to healing of mind and healing of body. I think there are some health or diet concerns some of us have, so this quite literally speaks to those people. Insomnia is a huge problem for most of us at the moment. It's important that you be there for yourself. I think nature is continuing to play a huge role in this transition. There are a lot of nature angels around us because we have Sun in Taurus, and the month of May is all about fruition, fructifying. And earthbound energies have this fascinating capability of nourishment. Last week's reading we had Jophael with patience and outdoors, and I think the theme continues pretty much this week. But however, the focus is more on internalizing energies received from nature and trying to focus them on to improving your own health. Take care of your body so that it can house a healthy mind. Okay, Archangel Uriel, brilliant idea. It says, yes, your idea is divinely guided. Please take action to bring your idea to fruition. Okay, guys. This card did come last week. When a card repeats twice in a row, it just basically means you really ought to take it seriously. So whatever idea that you seem to have as an inspiration, give it the attention it requires, okay? Some of us are working on it. The rest of us who don't trust this information, please believe me when I say that, it's actually an answered prayer. For those of us who have trust issues, I think it's really good to meditate on this quote by Ernest Hemingway. He says, the only way you can try and find out if you can trust anyone is by being trustworthy. God provides tools, and tools are all we get. We create our own solutions. If you expect God to do everything for you, then hey, what the hell are you doing on planet Earth? Okay, so I'm just kidding. What this basically means is you have to sincerely try and make efforts to make this happen for you. If you can, it's the best thing that you would have ever manifested in your life in a long time. And that's guaranteed. Preserving information. For some of us who feel that, we are constantly creatively inspired, but we don't quite have the resources yet to put it out there. Well, first of all, it's not really the action phase. But Uriel suggests that you make notes out of it. You write it down because it serves double duty. One, at least it's giving a secondary voice to your creative inspiration. Two, it's being preserved so that you can always come back to it. Uriel is also saying that information doesn't come like a tap of flowing water. Okay, it comes in bits and pieces. I can imagine why it's easier for us to think on the negative side, because we basically live in a reductionist society where if there's a problem, then we kind of are trained to battle it to the ground until you find a solution. But unfortunately, in the emotional realm, that law is not applicable, because grace only comes upon those people who are effortless. And effortless people are not hard on themselves. Make an effort to be gentle on yourself. Make way for thinking on the lines of a possibility of something positive happening in your life. Try and restore your faith, okay? Archangel Michael. God, we're really protected this week. You really have to believe it. He says you are safe. And He says, I'm protecting you against lower energies and guarding you, your loved ones, and home. So Michael, yeah, he says, however, I cannot reach out to you until you reach out to me. See, that's the paradox, because humans are so spoiled, and I think it has a lot to do with the consumerism, that we expect things to be just given and delivered to us. But that's not how it works. When you're doing a spiritual work, it is imperative that you reach out to some higher source, and then, that higher source kind of descends upon you in whatever way possible, like inspiration or channeling, through creative art. There is an expression. He's saying that sometimes you really ought to risk at the face of adversity, and you may not know what's on the other side, but that's okay. It's not for you to know. All that you need to know is just to follow your intuition despite the odds. Okay, Michael's also saying that you guys really have to quit letting other people decide what you need to do. Just stop and getting influenced by what others have to say about you. I mean, no one can know you as much as you do. You being you is just an act of expression, and it's not to let the world know. I know it's strange, because that's not the kind of culture or civilization we live in, do we? I mean, it's all about showing the world what you possess and kind of validating your existence with possession. He says you don't need to do a validation when you express your soul. You just have lesser things to worry about. Ensure that you reach out to Michael not in your negativity, but in hope. Because negative attracts negative. That's the law of nature. And nothing is excluded, everything is included. Hence the act of balancing. Because no one in the realm of Earth can ever escape the polarities, the negative and the positive. You can only juggle around with them. Our core lesson is to be comfortable with the act of balancing. So I guess that's chapter 1 for you. Try and do this along with the healthy lifestyle card, because I think your health or your health is going to be of favorable assistance to this process. Really drink plenty of water, and I think include a couple of drops of lemon, because lemon is actually a clarifying agent. Keep your food very light. Don't indulge in anything heavy. Yeah, get a lot of sleep. I think insomnia has become, I don't know, it's like an epidemic. Every second or third person that I talk to have lack of sleep issues, including myself. Spread your wings. It's Archangel Ariel saying, do not hold back right now. The timing is perfect and you're ready to soar. Okay. Guys, this is the third card this week that is actually prompting you to stay on course. And don't be distracted by any negative energies. If there are people around you who are just really bringing out the worst in you, just don't entertain them. Okay? Because I think you need you more than anyone else this week. You guys may be actually at an advantage more than you think. Fear is almost realistic in illusion. But for all you may know, it's as fragile in its existence, because what you're thinking right now may not even happen. It's kind of delusional. And it's, I think, one of the facets of the Neptune being in the 12th house of Pisces. And as much as imaginative as one can get with Neptune, one may also get deluded. And delusion with fears is not a good thing. Your focus really has to go into how to manifest this idea. Okay? And the first stage of manifesting any idea is about planning. And in planning, just like in business, you analyze your weaknesses and your strengths, and you try and take a realistic picture of what's possible by you. To stay on course this week is all about learning how to juggle between the energies. An easier way to actually render yourself conducive to that environment would be to inform yourself about the fact that when you're in the center being the observer, it's much easier for you to regain your objectivity and actually continue your course. It's really about finding that space between spaces where you realize that you are affected by neither if you actually choose to stay in the center. Okay? As difficult and mute as it may sound in terms of action, This week has angelic support written all over it. You need to relax. Be easy in your effort. Try and not do anything as a quick fix solution. The difficulty we have is because we as a culture are used to having deadlines. And when it comes to our life, there are only deadlines to what we do, but how and when we may achieve the goal, the remaining part of it is not up to us. So you need to understand the difference between following your heart and following the emotion that actually comes out of a certain pattern of thinking. Okay? A lot of people say that, you must follow your heart, you must do that, but what you end up doing is follow a couple of impulses. Impulse is actually impatience in manifestation, and impatience is actually a characteristic of your mind. The idea of this week is to put yourself out there to experience it. So let's say, for example, you have a situation that you're in right now, which may have happened to you maybe 3 or 4 times before. So what does your mind do? Your mind will actually look into your data bank, the memory, and come up with the best instance that you've had similar to the current situation that you're facing now, and then actually put forward that mental emotional complex. God is an entity that expresses through us as us. Okay, that's the way God propagates himself. And if you're not allowing yourself that expression, you're denying God. So when you look at it that way philosophically, good or bad is not relevant. Expression is what's relevant. Go out there and experiment with things that you fear and see if you can change the definition of what you fear into something more positive. There's no other way. It's always trial and error. Okay? So look at it that way. I'll be back next week again to give you my gyan. Okay? Take care of yourself. Love you all. Bye.